So, um, how's it going? It has been an interesting week. It's been a super interesting week. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes you just got to bow out gracefully. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ray Terry Project podcast. I am your word sayer, Terrence. Yeah. I love that phrase, word sayer. It's, excuse me, it's hilarious. It's a little dry in here. So you're going to see me drink a little bit. All right. So I named this particular conversation. I don't like to call this episodes. I like to call these conversations, right? I named this particular conversation, bruh. Oh man, I just looked at myself. I forgot to comb my beard. Whatever. Y'all just gonna get this nappy beard tonight. All right. So anyway, so I named this particular conversation that we are having tonight, bruh. Because this week has been bruh. All right, so check this out, right? Most of you guys know that I work for Delta Airlines, right? And it's all over the news. It's all over social media. What has been going on? It has been a debacle. What the heck was that? Oh, what was that? All right, whatever. I just heard like a little ba-doom. It's probably notifications or something like that. But whatever. It has been a complete debacle this week. And I do feel bad for a lot of the customers that are like getting stranded and boom, you get on another flight and then that flight cancels and that flight cancels. But it has been a doozy for us that work on the front lines, right? So for those who don't know, um, my position is called a red coat, right? Literally, and I wear red, which is hilarious. Oh, it's thunderstorms. Oh, that's what that noise is? Okay. No, no, no. It was another noise. It sounded like it sounded like a notification. It was like bling or something like that. But yeah, it is thunder and storming and lightning, and I hear all the heavy rain and stuff like that. You guys probably don't hear it on this end. But okay, so my position is this, right? I'm what's called a red coat, which is a supervisor for ticket and gate agents, right? So if you're flying Delta, they always tell you if you have any issues, if you have any problems, come see a red coat. So this whole week, there's been issues, there's been problems, and guess what? They looking for cats that's wearing red. And when I tell you people ain't coming saying, "Excuse me, sir," I don't know. People coming cursing you out. Man, I've been cursed out like probably 100 times a day since this whole debacle has happened. Right? So it is. This has been a very, very, very draining week. Right? So, and I named this bruh because whatever you do, whatever's going on in your life, whatever, however life is lifing for you, man, I didn't even clean my nails or nothing. I am so not prepared tonight, y'all. Well, it is what it is. So, however life's for you, right? You're gonna have those times and those moments that you are just like, bruh. And I'm gonna say this, and I open up with sometimes it's okay to bow out gracefully, right? And it is. So what I did something that I normally don't do. I never call out of work, right? But Sunday, I called out of work because it was just like it was so. God bless you, Deaconess Mother, Evangelist Christie. And so this week I literally like was like, oh snap, okay, I gotta take some time out. I gotta bow out, and I gotta be like, you know what? Let me take care of my mental health. Now, this is something that you guys will not really ever hear me talk about, like mental health and stuff like that, because I was one of those cats before that was like, oh, this is an excuse. This is an excuse. People just blah blah blah. This is an excuse. But as I grow, um, as a human, as I grow as a man, as I open my mind to a better understanding of life and how other people operate, not just how operate, and know that the way people deal with things are a little different than the way I deal with things. I started to understand that yes, mental health is real, mental health is important. And I was one of those cats before that was kind of closed off to that nonsense because I used to think that everything was an excuse, right? I used to think in like life lessons, laughter. You learn lessons that you know the the way you think in your little bubble is not always the accurate way of life. That's not how life is. You see life through your little fogged, cloudy lens, and that's not necessarily how life works. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to learn and grow and understand that life does not necessarily work that way, where the way you feel, the way you think is Bible. The way you feel, the way you think is the way things are supposed to be. So I started growing and my mind started opening up a little more. And I become a lot more comfortable with ideas that I wasn't comfortable with before. So the idea of mental health being important, right? That idea, as like, I'm just like, whoa, okay. All right, this is real because now we like me growing up like this is never like a conversation growing up, right? It was never a conversation. So it's like there's something wrong with you, something wrong with you, something wrong with you. That I grew up around country people, man, in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is hilarious. A lot of people from South Carolina either moved to Norwalk or Bridgeport, Connecticut, and that's why everybody who lives in Norwalk that's black pronounce it Norwalk. That's very country. But anyway, that's off the topic. So I grew up where it's like there's something wrong with you. Nobody ever entertained the idea that oh, maybe you're drained. Maybe you're not the healthiest mentally right now because you have all of this stuff going on coming at you at one time. And so now that I can't say older. Yeah, I'm gonna do your city like that, me. So now that I'm, a little now that my mind is more mature, I am more open with different thought processes. I started to understand that a lot of things that we used to throw to the side, growing up in the 80s and the 90s, are things that are like actually real to life. So and it's like I didn't like the last few years I've been kind of on this, right? And I really didn't feel it like that until this week where I was like, yo, I really feel like, and this goes with like really knowing yourself, right? This is because I've we've been talking about really getting to know yourself and you know all of that extra stuff, right? So we've been talking about that. We've been having conversations for a while. So Meek, I decided to not call these episodes. I decided to call these conversations because that's very important. Because I don't want to be like everybody else. Um, so with all the conversations that we had, we were like, getting to know yourself again and all this other stuff. So and getting to know myself and being comfortable in my skin, comfortable in who I am, I'm starting to really right self awareness. There you go. And I'm starting to be more aware of my breaking points, right? So when you become more self aware of your breaking points and the things that make you quote unquote tick, you know how to stop before you get to that point. So I'm talking about work because this is what happened this week. I wish I would have had something more profound to talk to you guys about tonight, but and this is literally about being aware of your mental state, being aware of what makes you tick, being aware of what makes you go over the edge, and being self-aware enough and smart enough. And I have to put smart in there because you can make a dumb decision because of how you feel, because of your emotions. You can make a dumb decision, but you need to be smart enough and self-aware enough to know that once that you are about to hit your breaking point and you need to stop. Put the brakes on. Stop everything. that you are doing and regroup. That's what I had to do this week. I had to stop everything that I was doing to regroup. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I said in the beginning of this before I did my little intro, soul music is wonderful in my intro. It's beautiful. I did that. Uh, yeah. And I also never mind. I'll toot my horn later when it comes to what I be doing. But but so yeah, so it's like I took my time. What was I just talking about? Me keep me on track, please. What was I just saying? So I'm getting better with my attention span, y'all. I am getting better. I am getting better. I'm just like I've been asleep all day long today. I've been in bed all day long. I didn't leave my house. I didn't do nothing. I didn't get up until like 7:15 p.m. Yep, 7:15 p.m. to come down here. Thank you, Sharon, for regrouping. There you go. I had to. I came down here like an hour and 45 minutes before I started this because I've had, I finally got a new keyboard and all this other stuff. I'm gonna get back to regrouping. So I finally, I got myself a new keyboard, and I've had it for probably a week and some change or something like that, right? I think. Yeah, it's been probably like a week and some change. It's been sitting in the box the entire time. Never had any time to like set it up. I just plugged it in. I didn't turn it on. I didn't do any of that nonsense. But but it's like today, like I was like, okay, 7:15 p.m. Got up out the bed, got myself together to come down here to do this, to clean up the edifice. I love this place. To clean up the edifice, get all this stuff together. All right, so let's get back to regrouping, right? So it's like being mature enough to understand your breaking point. That you must take the time to stop everything that you are doing to regroup. And in the beginning of this, before the intro, there we go. That's where I was. Before the intro, I was talking about it's okay to bow out gracefully. It's totally okay to bow out gracefully. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not a quitter. You're not a loser or anything like that. You're not, you're not in a situation you're not completing what you started. No, 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 no. What you are doing is taking care of your mental health. You're taking a break. You're stopping to regroup your thoughts, to get yourself together. Now, when I finally got back to work yesterday, right? I went to work yesterday, and mind you, I was at work for like 15 hours. It was really that bad. When I left this morning, it was hundreds and hundreds of people still in the line. I left work at 4 o'clock in the morning. This is really bad. So, um, even though the same situation was going on, the same level of stress was there, the same level of despair was there with customers and like the my not my employees. I don't employ them, but with my team members, I was able to handle it a lot better because I took the time to regroup. You can jump back into the fire after you have taken the time to regroup. You're not a quitter if you like, whoa, hold on. Let me just chill for a couple of minutes. Let me sit this one out because the operation still ran without me on Sunday. So it didn't matter to me. The operation still ran. So bow out, sit back, and be like, you know what? I need this time because if I don't take this time, I am going to blow up. And whatever your blow up looks like, nah, man. I know what my blow up looks like, and it's not a good thing. I'm self aware enough to understand and to know that it's not a good look for me to get to that breaking point. And that breaking point, oh man, it's ugly. It's ugly for me. And I am pretty reserved, right? I keep hitting this. I gotta do something else. I got another mic and I gotta make sure I don't hit this because I don't like the little bumpy sounds. So I'm pretty much laid back and reserved, right? So my breaking point would look ridiculous, but for some people who it doesn't take much for them to get to their breaking point, that that looks crazy. So just be self-aware enough to understand and to know when you are reaching that point and then stop. Nothing else should matter. Nothing on this earth should matter other than you and your mental health. especially at that moment in time. Especially at that moment in time. Because, listen, man, I'm telling you, mark my words, man. Mark my words. You are the most important person on this planet. I'm telling you. Yes, you may have children. You may have a husband. You may have a wife. You may have friends and family and all this other stuff. Everybody that's pulling from you, everybody that needs something from you. But please understand and do not get this misconstrued. You are the most important person on this planet. Because if you do not take care of you, nobody else is going to take care of you. I'm telling you that. I'm not gassing you up. I'm not telling you nothing that is untrue. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will. Make sure that you are fine. Everything else is going to fall into place. It's okay to bow out gracefully. That doesn't mean you quitting. You're not going to quit. Nah. Give yourself some time so you can come back stronger than you were before. It's all about strength. It's all about being better. It's all about getting better. When you take your time and regroup, you get better. You get better. You're better than you were before. Man, I didn't get cursed out any less yesterday than I did the few days before. Nah, but I was able to handle it better because I took some time to sit back and be like, all right, cool. Yeah, you're not gonna talk to me like that, bro. Nah, you good though. And without me feeling a way about it. You understand what I'm saying? I hope what I'm saying is making sense. It is okay that when you are going through anything, I don't care what it is okay for you to take a minute to sit back and be like, all right, nah, man, I gotta chill. I gotta chill for a second. I feel myself going into a place where I used to be, especially if you used to be in certain places. Like if your attitude used to be a certain way, if your response was a certain way, it only takes that one little thing to throw you right back into that. Most people don't understand that. Most people think that, oh, I'm good. I've changed a whole lot. I'm done. Like I'm no longer like that. No, 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 no. That still lives in us. Whatever that thing used to be, oh, that thing still lives in you. It just takes something to awaken it. But you have to be, here we go again, self aware enough to understand and to know what awakens your beast. And if you do not want to have that beast awaken, if you do not want to live in that place where that beast used to take over your life, be self aware enough to know that, oh, this will wake up this beast I have. And then you be like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. I don't want no parts of that. I'm all right. Nah, I'm not a punk. I'm not a sucker. Nah, I'm not. I'm not none of that. But I understand and I value where I am right now and I value my future. And I want nothing to push me back to where I used to be. Nothing. Nothing is worth going backwards, guys. Nothing is worth going backwards. So if you have to bow out, it's okay. Sit for a little while, regroup, and then keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing. So last week I did this in such a cheap getaway, but I enjoyed it. I was on the West Coast last week, and I vowed that I was still gonna do my thing. I got myself a little what do you call it? A little mobile setup that I did not bring with me. And this week I was supposed to be somewhere else, but because of all the nonsense that's going on with Delta, you know, employees where we can't travel because not unless we're commuting for work. We can't travel right now, which is all right because I got a chance to just really sleep all day long. And sometimes you need to sleep all day long, y'all. It's like, go ahead, take that time. Lay down all day. I used to be the person that, man, I can't be laying down all the time, man. There's always something to do. I gotta keep hustling. I gotta keep making this happen. Guess what? No matter what, and Mika always tell me, it's still gonna be there. Take that time. It is what it is. It's still gonna be there. Take that time, y'all, to sit down, relax, chill out, regroup. Wow, that's gonna be the word of the day, y'all. Regroup. Keep this word regroup for the rest of this week until we meet again next week. Regroup, regroup. It's okay to stop and regroup. Take your time. You deserve. Oh, take your time. You deserve it. Uh, yeah. Are you talking to me or just everybody? Take your time. Re. Oh, rest is sacred and essential. I like that. Your wordplay is wonderful, my friend. Your wordplay is great. Yeah, but seriously, man, it's okay. Regroup, regroup, regroup. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You talking to me? Okay, I got you. I got you. Regroup. You guys carry this for the next 7 days. This is going to be your word for the next 7 days. Regroup. End of story. It's okay. Stop. Regroup. And you're going to be stronger and better than you've ever been. Oh, regroup, then execute, and smoke big like Unc. Man, Buff. That's my man, Big Buff, man. He's hilarious, yo. Regroup, then execute. There you go. Regroup, then execute. And if you of that cloth, if you're of that elk, smoke a big one like Unc. Oh man. But seriously though, man, so it's been a very, very challenging week, right? And I'm not the only one who's had a challenging week. Take your time, take a day, do nothing. Don't worry about bills, don't worry about hustling, don't worry about anything else other than getting you right. Get you right, you gonna be good. You are the most important person on this planet. Make sure that you good so you can be good for everybody else. All right, so I am done. I am going to synchronize my keyboard with my system real quick and do things that I feel like doing. I don't know how long I'm going to be up because I've been asleep all day, so I might be up all night. All right, you guys have given me 24 minutes of your time. There you go. That's my brother, man, big brother, man. He's an excellent dude, man. I love that dude for real, man. I'm telling you, one day we're gonna sit down and have conversation, and we gonna get into it on this, y'all. And I just told him that I'm gonna do that one day, so we'll get up, bub. But so you guys have been on here for 24 minutes. You gave me 24 minutes of your time. I always tell you guys, time is the number one investment that you will never get a return on. And you've given me almost 25 minutes of your time. And for that, I am eternally grateful and I would never bastardize your time. I will see you guys next. Hold on. I just happened to catch you. Do you have a specific schedule or just random times? No, no, no. Every Tuesday night, I was just about to get to that too. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. No matter where I am in the country, no matter where I am in the world, it will always be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When I was on the West Coast last week, I almost forgot that part. I was about to do it 9 o'clock West Coast time. So no matter where I am, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. I go live. And I'll tell you guys this, right? So I was struggling with how I wanted to do this because I was like, you know what? I should pre-record and then edit, do all this other stuff, right? But I find that it's very important for me to be live every time I do this, only because there's a connection that's there, and I still want to be different than everybody else who's talking. Even when I have people with me, I want to be. Oh yeah, the Ray Terry Project Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, me. And even when I have these conversations with other people, it's always going to be live because that's going to be important to me. It's very important, and the way I do it, and how I say things, is unique to me and my personality. And so I will more than likely always be live, not unless I'm in a situation where I cannot be live. Um, then I will probably either pre-record it or something like that. But yeah, I will probably always be live, and it's going to be every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Ray Terry Project with your word sayer, Terrence. So again, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate your time. I will never bastardize your time, guys. I'm always going to say that because time is a never one investment that you will never get a return on. And I thank you for that. Good night. See you next Tuesday.